Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing to Ravenswood Season 1, Episode 3, Believe. Guys, this episode, honestly, was legitimately very creepy. Especially the ending. It was definitely very creepy the way it all goes, and you know what? I'm really enjoying the show. I love where they're going with this show, and I thought this was a fantastic episode. We learned a lot more. And the ending is definitely going to be a very big thing as to what's going on here. And we're definitely going to have to see what's going on. So, and I can't wait to see more of exactly what's going on. So, basically, this episode had to do with, they're starting to, they go to, they're all attending Miranda's funeral. And, they attended the funeral. And, Caleb is kind of helping out Miranda because Miranda really doesn't really want to, she wants to be there, but she's starting to get, some of her own, Miranda goes to stand by the side, and the surviving members of the Five, as they call them, said goodbye to their fallen friend, not knowing they'd all be seeing her again real soon. At this point, they can't see her, but Caleb can. And Remy hits the books to research the curse farther, and Caleb spends more quality time with Miranda, and he's helping her discover her new ghostly abilities, which she has quite a few more ghostly abilities. And that was definitely very interesting to see how she has these ghostly abilities. I think that was pretty cool to see that she has more abilities than she did before, and that's definitely gonna be something that's definitely very interesting. And I'm definitely looking forward to see what else happens. And what kind of powers does she have? Well, let me tell you. What kind of ability does she have? No, not really a lot of abilities. Like, there's some stuff she can do. Like, she can, go into people's minds, basically, like Caleb's mind or things, or, like, teleport herself through a room, like, things like that. It's pretty cool, actually, and I thought that part was kind of cool, the way we got to see that she has new abilities as a ghost, and I thought that was pretty cool, the way they did that. So, yeah, now Caleb makes this deal with Collins, and the deal he makes with, Collins is, he makes this deal with her too. He's going to get a room in exchange for doing some chores around the house, and that's a good deal, especially since basically Caleb is going to wear all of Miranda's old clothes, but, some of the stuff might fit him, but, that's basically, some of the stuff might fit him, but I do think that's a good deal that he made with, Collins, because that definitely is a very good deal. I think it's a great deal, actually. Now, the other thing we need to talk about, which is huge, this is, like, really, really big, is the mystery behind Luke and Olivia's dad. Now, this really connected into the rest of the episode. There wasn't really an A-B plot this episode, because this episode really connected with everything. It really surrounds everything. And again, this episode felt like another Final Destination death episode. There's so much weird shit going on. People are talking about, like, death premonitions they've been having, and that's exactly Final Destination. It just makes me think that, like, everyone's going to get killed off this season, and the next season they're going to introduce to a new group of characters. Really hope they don't do that, but you never know. Since they're making it like Final Destination, you never know. But, it's the mystery behind Luke and Olivia's dad. Charles also thickened this week with the introduction of this girl, Abbey. And that's Charles' ex-girlfriend, who apparently died 20 years ago. And Luke and Olivia's mom told them that Abbey had tried to contact their dad about a mysterious threat, and now Olivia's convinced Abbey is trying to contact her. And she's so convinced that she actually gets together the Five, or at least what's left of them, to perform this little, Ouija board to summon her, basically. And, she uses the Ouija board, and, she tells Abbey, she's talking to Abbey, asking her questions, and eventually she talks to Abbey, and we see that Abbey told the Five that Luke and Olivia's dad discovered the curse from Ravenswood, and that the curse is to blame for his death, which is very big. So something happened here with a curse, and this scene was just so huge, so intense right here. I'm like, what's going on? But the curse is to blame for his death, basically, and she also says that their dad isn't with her, which is interesting because where his spirit, it's interesting to see where his spirit disappeared to in Ravenswood. And, I mean, it just seems like the spirit, when they turn to a ghost, they go somewhere else. So that should be interesting. Basically, essentially, Abbey is dead, or maybe she's a ghost, I don't really know. But then after this, we get to the biggest scene of the episode, where basically, she asks her, what's the cause for all this, what's the main curse thing and everything. The whole room starts to shake. There's this lamp that's about to fall down. There's these refrigerator magnets, and it spells out the word 5 pact. And this just terrifies the whole group, and this chandelier falls right onto the board. They almost die again. But then, the next scene, they can all see Miranda again. Now, Caleb had told them previously about this, but they didn't really believe him about it. They didn't really know what to think. But eventually, she eventually becomes visible to the rest of the 5 after saving them from Abbey. So at least Caleb won't feel so alone anymore, which is a good thing. But the thing is, was she trying to tell them about the pact? What pact was made that's now causing all this trouble? Who made it, and how can it be undone? I mean, we know about this 5 pact. Like, what's the whole thing about this 5 pact? What is the 5 pact? It seems like it's this curse. Also, what really happened to Raymond's former caretaker? What really happened to him? We're definitely gonna have to see. And can Miss Grunwald also see ghosts too? Because I could definitely see that happening. Definitely. I mean, that's definitely something very interesting. So this episode brings us to a lot of questions after this. There's just a lot of questions I really want to know about this. One of the questions I have of this is, that spirit that Miranda saw in the first episode, was that Abbey? I think it was. I think that spirit that Miranda saw in the very first episode, right before she died, was Abbey. I think that's what she saw, and I think in this show, when you're going to see Abbey, you know you're going to die. I think that's probably what that's going to mean, because Miranda died before she saw Abbey, so I think, like, Abbey's kind of like a Grim Reaper symbol in this show. I think that's kind of what's going on here. Also, what is this whole deal with the 5 pact? Apparently, it seems like this 5 pact, something happened with it where basically these kids, like the last 5 kids, someone made this deal and they all died, so now they're the new 5 pact. I really don't know what's up with all this, but there's definitely something going on there, which is very interesting. Also, the whole thing with, I mean, Miranda's very annoying, but how can they all see her now? What made them all of a sudden see her? Because all of a sudden they just said, oh, Miranda, you're back. And it was very strange the way that worked. I don't know how they can still see her, but somehow they can see her now, and they could not see her before, so some weird's going on there. And the whole thing with Abbey, like, what happened with Abbey? Why? And apparently the father died because of the curse. Like, what happened there? Because of the curse. Like, how did he die because of the curse? Did something like this just makes me think that the town is like Final Destination movie. They're all cursed basically because they were supposed to die in that car. That's exactly like Final Destination. They were supposed to die there. The difference is that there's not someone there basically telling them this. They're figuring this out themselves. But, yeah, it just is a lot like Final Destination. I'm really enjoying that. Let me know if you guys saw this episode. I thought it was a very big episode. There's so much the stuff that's really we have to worry about now. What do you think of the whole thing with Miranda? How can they see Miranda now? Also, who is Abbey? Like, what did she do? Why is Luke and Olivia's father, how did he die because of the curse? And what's this whole deal with the 5 pact? What do you guys think about that? That's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.